Hello, friends. Welcome to Mrs. Sunshine's Reading Fun. Here is where you can read and listen to a really good story, learn some new words, get a better understanding of books, and have a chance to think about some different options when faced with challenges in life. So, before we get started with our reading today, just sit back, turn on your listening ears, and enjoy the picture walk first. I hope you enjoy the story. Now that you've had a chance to look at the pictures, tell someone nearby what you think the story is about. If you were thinking of a boy and his pet fish, you are absolutely correct. Or if you were thinking about a boy doing show and tell, that's also correct. So before I give you too many details, let's get into the story. The title of this story is Not Norman, a goldfish story. Author Kelly Bennett, illustrated by Noah Z. Jones. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. Not Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase strings. A soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and 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 around. This is it, Norman. I decide. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move, not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice, clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping and flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy, I have to laugh. Don't think that just because you made me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow, you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe someone will want him. On the way there, we see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Want to swap one of your pups for Norman? I ask. Who's Norman? Asked Austin. My goldfish, I say. By the time I rescue Norman, half his water is gone. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me all googly-eyed. Finally, it's my turn to show and tell. Just as I start to talk about goldfish, Emily shouts, "Jenny's gone! Who let my snake loose?" Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and begin to play. Bum 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 ba 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 boo 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 bee. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug 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 glug. He mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store. Don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when screech, screech. What's that noise? Scratch, screech, screech. Yikes, there's something at the window. Then out the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glugs and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It was just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they are not Norman. When I got Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't trade him. Not Norman. The end. Think about a time you received a gift that wasn't what you expected. Who did it come from? Why do you think they bought it for you? How could you use it? What are some good qualities about that item? Could you use that item in a different way other than its true purpose? Just something to think about. Lesson learned today from the boy and Norman was that sometimes we may get new things that we're unfamiliar with, but once we spend some time with those items, we find out that they're pretty cool in the end. So, think about a time you received a gift that maybe you weren't so happy about in the beginning. I would love to hear about your experience. So if you could comment below, I'll look forward to hearing from you. I personally think that Norman was a pretty cool pet because he had so many great qualities. All you had to do was just give him a pinch of food throughout the day. Clean up wasn't every day. He couldn't bite. He wasn't very noisy. Norman had some awesome qualities, and he was always by the boy's side. So, he didn't turn out so bad after all. If you like the story you heard today, please like and subscribe below because you will not want to miss any future reading adventures. Shine bright, my friends.